Hi, everyone. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to week 5. I am in Livermore this weekend. We are on our 3rd day of 100+ degree weather, so we're all melting a little bit up here. I hope that you're having a great weekend. And I'm going to just go ahead and get started with sharing with you the week 5 resource folder. So I'm going to do a screen share here. And here we go. So this is the week 5 folder, and you'll find in the folder the Check It Out file that has a few tips for you, a few things, a few videos, that kind of thing to check out. Here's the icebreaker for the discussion board guidance. Here are ideas or places you might want to consider to go on your field trip in week 5. That's for week 6. And this is the week 5 spreadsheet that I'm going to talk about in a moment. This is the week 5 assignment and rubric. This is the week 5 announcement that I have sent to you via email and also posted on Blackboard. This is your week 5 to-do list. And this is the icebreaker discussion board leaders schedule for the weeks of this course. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started by looking at first the announcement. Okay, so Roger and Nicole are this week's icebreakers. And so Roger and Nicole, please make sure that you have your icebreaker posts, your resource, and your questions posted by Tuesday evening at 6 p.m. You should be saving your resource as a note in your Evernote account and then generate a share link that you post on the discussion board with your questions. Okay, everybody should be responding to either Roger or Nicole's icebreaker by Wednesday evening. And then, of course, you'll respond to 2 of your course colleagues by Sunday. Same type of thing we've been doing for the last 4 weeks. Okay, so the assignment this week is to pick an emerging technology and investigate it, research it, and then develop a multimedia project. So I'm going to open the spreadsheet here. This is what I was talking about earlier. This is the roster of students in our class. And then let me back out just a little bit so you can see this a little bit better. Smaller, but you can see that there are quite a few topics that I've listed here for you. And if none of these topics interest you, make you want to do some research on emerging technologies, but another topic does, there are a couple of other rows down here, and you can delete what I've written here. Let me know what it is you're considering, just so that we can both be sure somebody else isn't already doing it. And that it's going to meet the needs of this particular assignment. Okay, but once you've cleared it with me, go ahead and pop it in this row and then put your name out here. Okay, so nearly everybody has selected a topic already, and we're going to have some very interesting presentations, I'm sure. So once you are done with your presentation and you've generated a share link, you're going to come back to the same spreadsheet and enter the link right in here. Now, if along the way you come up against some other really interesting emerging technologies that aren't on this list, but somebody else might want to consider, go ahead and pop them in this row here. You don't have to fill this row out. It's just if you come across something that you think might be worth adding to the list for others in this class that are struggling to find a topic, or future classes. Okay, and then we can keep building this list over here under the topics for future groups, future cohorts. Okay, so name in the first column, one name per topic, link to your presentation when you're finished. And if you come up across other emerging technologies that aren't on the list that you think people might want to consider later, you put it over here. Okay, I'm going to go back to the week 5 announcement and make it enlarged again so that we can all see. There is one short article for you to read in Evernote, so you can come to the announcement and click here, or you can do it from the resource folder in the to-do list, either one. The hangout this week is going to be at 7:30 p.m. because I have a conflict earlier in the evening. So I have already sent out the invitation. If you aren't going to be there and you would like me to record it, just let me know and I'll do that and send it out to you. Okay, so I'm going to switch now back to the week 5 folder. And I'm going to jump into the assignment description here because there is one thing I want to talk to you about. And now I'm thinking it's here. Okay. So again, here's a link to the Google spreadsheet so that you can sign up for a topic if you haven't done so already. Please note that you have almost 2 weeks to complete this assignment. It is due on Saturday, June 18th by midnight, okay? 11:59 p.m. on Saturday, if you would please, okay? Because you're gonna have another assignment due on Sunday, June 19th. But you have 2 weeks to do this. As always, I've gone through in the exemplary column and really highlighted the things that I'm going to be looking very closely for. And notice the pink here, that all sources are cited. Most of you did a really fine job of this with your presentation in week 1. And a few of you did things like saying all images came from Google. And I reminded you that that's not proper citation. So please be sure that you cite all your sources appropriately and accurately. Okay? So emerging technology, research your technology that you selected, create a multimedia presentation that you're going to post for your classmates. They're going to view these in week 7 and choose a couple of them to provide feedback on, to write a review on. So your peers will be pretty much evaluating these as your week 7 assignment. Just, I'm not trying to pressure you with this, but I do want you to know it's not going to be just me looking at them. You're going to be looking at each other's as your assignment in week 7. Okay? Okay, we'll move on. So let me show you what is here on the Check It Out page. So this is the movie or the TED Talk that I put on the Google Hangout trailer for this week. So if you are interested in Pixar, if you're interested in how art and technology mesh together, this is a great TED Talk by one of the art directors for Pixar movies. And I'm trying to remember, I think she did Nemo. She did part of Nemo for sure, Finding Nemo. And I'm trying to remember what else she did. I can't remember right now, but I know she did part of Finding Nemo. Very interesting about how she wanted to be an artist and got interested in technology too, and found a way to mesh both in her career. And there's a little bit of science, well, a lot of science in it too, if you listen to the TED Talk. So this is the TED Talk. That's the trailer for this week's Hangout. Check it out. I mentioned those of you that participated in the week 4 Hangout. I mentioned that I found a new to me tool called Zaption this week. And I saw that somebody put it as a topic for the emerging technologies presentation. But if you haven't checked it out, take a look at it because it would be perfect for a multimedia presentation. Okay, and then down here where you can't really see, there's this section right here that actually happens to be presentations for this assignment done by past cohorts. And I am not saying that these are good or poor. I'm not putting any value on them whatsoever. I just noticed that in one of the last assignments, people said on the discussion board that it would be nice to see some examples. And I don't usually have examples to show you, not a lot of them anyway, unless I've done the work. And these are just some that I happen to have found. And most of them you'll see there, anyone with the link can view them because they're Google. They're shared on Google. Here's anyone can view from Powtoon. I have mentioned Powtoon before as a multimedia presentation tool. It's a great tool, so if you haven't checked it out either, you should. Prezi, one of these is anyone with the link can view Prezi, and then here's another share on Google, and here's a Zaption presentation that you can take a look at, okay? So no plagiarizing, right? And also you don't know what score these folks got, so, but they're samples nonetheless, okay? And they're publicly available because they're anybody with a link can view. So that's why I'm sharing them with you, okay? Okie doke. So moving back to the week 5, I'm just going to go over here to the to-do list and just go through them quickly with you again. The week 5 announcement, which we just did. The week 5 Evernote resource, that's on the announcement as well. Here's the link to the week 5 folder if you haven't added the folder to your Google account yet, your Google Drive. This is the discussion board reminder. Here's the assignment and rubric sheet. Here's the spreadsheet for signing up again. And then this is just a reminder that when you finish your multimedia presentation, you have to post it to 2 places. You have to post the link to the week 5 assignment area of Blackboard, and this is what that looks like. It's right here. And then you also have to post the link in the spreadsheet. Okay? So the one thing that you need to be aware of this week as well is that in week 6, your assignment is to take a field trip. And as you might recall, in week 1, I put together a list of maker spaces, STEM centers, innovator centers, both in Southern California and Northern California. And I have posted that again in the week 5 folder. It's right here, ideas for field study to maker spaces and STEM centers. Here are the ideas for Southern California. Here's one for Northern California. In cases where I knew the people who operated them, I gave you their names as well. Okay, and here's a couple private spaces. These are both down in Southern California as well. Okay, now a number of you have gone to makers fairs. The largest makers fair in the nation was held in the Bay Area just a couple of weeks ago, and a few of you from the Redwood City cohort went to that, and that qualifies as a field study. You'll have to do your write-up of or your reflection on the experience. That's next week though, okay? So that will count. A couple of other people have visited technology spaces in the last few weeks ahead of week 6 and wanted to know if that visit could count as the field study, and that is entirely okay. You'll just write your reflection next week, okay? And those of you that are struggling, you might, if you can't see anything on this list that interests you, then check in with your colleagues. I know that there are a couple of folks going in small groups to different places, both up here in Northern California and in Southern California. And I'm sure you can jump in to those groups if you just reach out. And if you are somebody who has formed one of these groups and want to extend the invitation to others in the cohort, just send an email and let folks know what you're doing and that you're welcoming additions to your group. Okay, so this visitation, this field study is coming up in week 6, but you need to be thinking about it now, okay? We'll talk a little bit more about the reflection and what's expected of you as far as writing up your visitation during the week 6 announcement video. Okay, so we're going to go back to week 5. I'm going to clean up some of this at the top here so that we don't have all of these competing windows. And it looks like we've covered everything for this week. So I'm going to stop screen sharing and I'm going to go back to be able to see you. And I'm wishing you a very happy, productive week. Stay cool if you can. It's kind of tough up here, but stay as cool as you can. I know that for some of you, this is the last week of school. Others, you've already finished. It's a busy time, even though school is getting out. It is for my family as well. So have a great week, and I will be talking to you on Thursday. Okay? Bye-bye.